because it's a nice way to come back and just kind of get our bodies moving again, you know. On top of everything else, it's also Monday morning. So let's just shake things out a little bit. Whew. And remember, in the energy sequence that we're going to do, it's very fluid, so we're not being stiff anywhere. So we're just shaking out a little bit here. And now we're going to come to standing with the feet comfortable and continue waking the body up, opening things up, moving around by taking the right foot forward, arms up, right foot back, arms down. So it's just a step forward and back. Your left foot might choose to come up or stay down. Everything about the sequence we're about to do is very personal. What's your body feeling? How are things going? We're just getting moving, waking things up. 3, 2, and bring the feet together. Start on the other side. And a couple more. Good. And then bring your feet side by side and let's come into mountain pose. So the feet are about hip-width distance apart and they're parallel. The legs are engaged, the shoulders are back, the spine is long, and the palms are facing forward. Ears are right over the shoulders. And just take a moment here now to start feeling your breath. So we were just pretty active. We're going to need to give the breath a little moment to settle down. And as you feel it starting to smooth out, maybe deepen it a bit. Exhale. And inhale. And let's add some arms to that. So with the palms facing out, exhale. And then inhale, start to draw energy up, 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 as high as your arms want to go this morning. Tap your palms together, turn them out, exhale, release. And focus on your spine now as you bring the arms up. Feel your spine lengthen. So it's not about bringing the shoulders to the ears. It's about lengthening through the spine, ribs away from the hips. Turn your palms out and continue to feel the spine lengthen. This always reminds me of those corkscrews where you know, as the arms come down, the cork is getting farther and farther out of the bottle. And the next time your arms are up, again, just as high as they're going to go this morning, bringing the palms together, take your hands to your heart. And take a breath here. Maybe take a thought for what brings you to your mat today. And then bring your hands down. And we're going to continue with that flowy movement to open up the spine in all the directions that it moves. So let's have the knees and hips soft, hands to the thighs. Exhale and inhale up and back. So cats and cows here. Oh yeah, the spine is opening up here. This is a great spinal balancer because it goes forward and back. And the next time your hands go to your thighs, just hang here and roll up to standing. Okay, so we're keeping the feet slightly wider than hip-width distance and going side to side with the spine. So the left hand is on the left leg gently, right arm is gently up, and we tilt and over and tilt. So we're going to the left, to the right. So your hand might not be going, your arm might not be going over the ear. It might be going in front of the body instead, if that's better for your shoulders right now. We're just really focusing on the side body here, getting those ribs away from the hips. And the next time you're over to the left, just stay here and release a little bit and press a little more. So we're just releasing, not coming fully up, and that left hand is just kind of floating up and down the left leg. And then hold over to the left. Draw the left arm up and over to the right and back. And just let that right hand float down the right leg as we release. And holding here, right arm comes up, inhale, and exhale, hands down. So that was 4 directions of the spine, forward, back, side to side. We're going to introduce some twisting now. So let's go ahead. Once again, knees and hips are soft here. The body's moving freely. Right arm up and back. Left arm behind and forward. Behind and forward, just switching side to side. Yeah. It's a great opening for the shoulders too here, right? Alright, the next time you go to the left and back, you should be even, so just hold forward. And now let's come into the mountain pose. Knowing that we just did an energy sequence, let's look for where the energy is in the body now. So come into your mountain pose and breathe. You can close your eyes if that's comfortable or defocus them. Just see if you can feel energy. Where is it? How's it moving? Great. All right. So we're going to use the opening and energy that we just created in this little 4-part breath sequence. For this, the moves will be slower, and we're going to bring the hands to the heart center. Okay, so we've got the feet right under the hips. We're in mountain pose here. Exhale. Now with your palms pressed together, inhale, fingertips up toward the sky. As you exhale, bring your hands behind you. If they clasp, that's fine. If they don't, put them on your hips. And then inhale, draw your heart up without throwing your head back. And if your hands are clasped, they may move away. Right, further shoulder opening. Now bend your knees, bend your hips, and with a long spine, start to fold forward. And once again, those hands, if they're clasped, might come up, more shoulders, or they might just stay put. Release your hands and float out and up, palms touch. And hands come heart center. Good, we're going to do that again. Inhale up. Exhale, hands behind. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, fold. Release the hands and float the arms out and up, palms touch. Hands come heart center. Yes, inhale, fingertips to sky. Exhale, hands behind. Inhale, shine your heart up. Exhale, fold. And release your hands and pressing down to lift up. Inhale, float the arms up, palms touch, hands come heart center. And return to mountain pose. All right, inhale and exhale. So let's work our way down now. Come to the top of your mat. Okay. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, come into whatever a nice straight back forward fold is for you. Straight back and straight legs. It could be here, it could be lower, whatever you're ready for right now. Bring your hands to your thighs, shine your heart forward for half lift. Start to sink your hips, bring your hands down, and step back to downward facing dog. Here's our old friend, down dog. Okay, and let's bend one knee and then the other. And really think about those feet, pressing through the feet. Remember, you can always do down dog at the wall, at a chair, or from table. Press one heel down and hold. Switch sides, press the other heel down and hold. And then press both heels down and hold. Maybe you start to really feel those calves here. When we bring the knees down, let's try and get them to the mat at the same time. So control, 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 knees down. Sit off to the side and find seated mountain pose. Spine is nice and long. Inhaling and exhaling. Good. And shake things out. Okay. So we're going to wake up the core with some any requests? Let's do some dead bug here, and then we'll slide that into water wheel for the hips. So we're going to come down for dead bug, right, and go through a few different variations, and you're going to find the one that works best for you this morning, or just keep mixing it up. 2 arms up if that works for you. And the knees are bent. We're sliding the right leg out, left arm back and in. And here you can left leg out, right arm back and in. Try and keep your heels hovering. Okay, you'll feel a big difference with the heel hovering than with the heel down in terms of the work your core is doing. So this is a dead bug here with the feet on the mat with the heel hovering. Okay, the next time you go left, you'll be even. Give your arms a rest anytime you want. Let's go ahead and take the knees up for this. Okay, remember you can always put your feet back down if that works better for you. And we're going right leg, left arm, and up, left leg, right arm, and up. And here we go. This is another variation of dead bug. So just keep going with whichever variation is working better for you right this moment. Or again, switch if you like. And then after your next left, hug your knees in and rock a little side to side. All right, we're going to move to a 2-leg version. So bring the feet down, both arms up, and we're going 2 legs, 2 arms. You might feel a big difference here. The feet come back down, 2 legs, 2 arms, feet down. If this starts to bother your back, then just go back to the single leg version. You can also try just 2 legs with your hands under your hips. Sometimes giving the hips a little support makes the back happier. Feet come back down and release off. Move side to side. Inhale and exhale. All right, we can try 2 legs, 2 arms with the knees up. That's a variation. So let's bring it up and 2 legs, 2 arms. Again, if the spine is unhappy, there's all the other variations you can try, or hands under the hips. Three, 2, and the next time your knees come in, hug them in, and rock side to side. Woo. Inhale and exhale here. All right, so we're going to do dead bug variation for the obliques. Bring both feet down. It's not exactly a dead bug actually, but it might feel close. Take your arms straight up, press your palms together so the feet are on the mat here. We're rolling the shoulders and head up. Take the hands to the right, center and down. Roll up, hands to the left, center and down. And again, up, right, center and down, up, left, center and down. Let's add a leg to this. Up, right, extend the left leg, center and down. Up, left, extend the right leg, center, bring the right leg in and down. Okay, we'll do that one more time like this. Up, right, extend, and down, up, left, extend, and down, and release, shake it out. Inhale and exhale. All right, we're going to try that with the knees up if you want. Arms up, palms touch, up to the right, center and down, up to the left, center and down. Add the leg if you want, up to the right, left leg extends, and down to the left, right leg extends, and down. So which variation are you choosing? Because it's the best one for you. Okay, we want it to be effective, so we want to go to the edge, but we don't want to do anything our body is telling us not to do. So choose the most effective version for you. And just for fun, the next time you're over to the right, hang out there. Whatever you're doing, just hang out in the right, count to 8, maybe for yourself. And center, and then do the same thing to the left. And center, hug the knees in. Rock side to side. Release the spine. Bring your feet down and let your knees open and close, little butterfly wings. Raise a foot and tell me if you're okay. Good. Everybody seems to be okay. Now, raise a foot and tell me if you felt that. All right. Good. Welcome back, core. I don't know, I mentioned balance, right, on the paddle board. Did I mention how important the core was? Whew. Oh yeah, and the arms, right? Talked about that, but man, it helps to have a strong core. Okay, so let's go ahead and have some nice open hips. Those are always helpful too. We're gonna go water wheel here. So get yourself comfortable. Right, your spine is at a natural arch here. We're not trying to flatten it to the mat here, and we're not arched so that you can drive a train under it. Okay, so a natural arch here, 2 feet to the mat, right knee in, point up, flex down. And that left knee is bent. We're nice and comfortable here. The focus is on releasing the right hip. So just breathe. And the next time your right knee is in, hold it in, flex your foot, and we flex out. Point up, knee in. Take it out, up and in. Reverse water wheel on the right. And the next time your knee is in, hold it in. You're going to hold either your hamstring or your shin. Remember, when you hold your shin, you're putting your knee at a deep angle, so it might be more comfortable for you to hold your hamstring sometime. And let's take the right leg out to the right and back to center. So we moved the hip in a circle, now we're moving it halfway, side to side. All right, come back to center. Straighten the left leg any amount that it wants to go. And then take your left hand outside of your right leg. Take your right arm out by your right shoulder. Right arm out to the side. Inhale. And as you exhale, just let that right knee come just past the belly button. So we start to feel a stretch here. Both hips are still on the mat. Shoulders are grounded. And now take that right knee all the way over to the left. The right hip is going to lift, and your gaze is going to go toward your right fingertips. Take a breath, and then as you come back through center, let your right ankle slide across your left thigh. Draw your legs in. Your right foot is flexed. Hold on to the right shin here, and just let those hips move around. They might want to go forward and back in a circle. And then just bring your legs back to center in stillness for a moment. You're still holding your shin. Take your left leg up and point and flex the foot. Circle one direction and the other with that ankle. And then bring the left foot down, release, unwind, and let those knees open and close a little bit here. So same series on the left. The knees are bent. Knee in on the left, point up, flex down, water wheel. So make sure you're controlling your leg the whole time. It's not a flinging. And the next time your left knee is in, hold it in, flex your left foot, and we flex out, point up, knee in, so reverse water wheel. The next time your left knee is in, hold it in, holding on to the shin or the hamstring. Once again, to let the left leg come out to the left and back to center. And holding center, let that right leg straighten as much or as little as it wants. Take your right hand outside your left leg, left arm out to the left, and bring the left knee just past the belly button. Stop here to get that nice IT band stretch here. And then let the left knee continue to come over to the right. Your shoulders are still on the mat, but your left hip is lifted. And your gaze is towards your left fingertips. And as you come back through center, let your left ankle slide across your right thigh. Draw in so you're holding onto your left shin and move those hips freely. Okay, coming back to center, take your right leg up and point and flex the right foot. Circle one direction and the other. And release, unwind, bring your feet to the mat and just let those knees gently open and close, little butterfly wings. All right, we're going to take a long stretch here, both legs, both arms. Inhale, exhale, draw your legs in and just release, rock around the spine a little bit, give it a little massage. We're ready to come to hands and knees. Okay, so we're going to work on strengthening the arms here. Remember, pad your knees. If they're not happy, you can always fold up an edge of your mat or have extra padding. Your knees could be on a towel or a blanket. Bring your arms far forward and come into a knee down plank here. Okay. This can also be done at the wall if your wrists do not like this. Okay, so we're in a knee down plank, and then we press down and up, push up here, and take the hips toward the heels. Plank, push up, hips toward heels. Always an option to do this with the knees lifted, if you like. Strengthening the arms here. And after your next push-up, come into child's pose, big toes together, knees wide apart. Arms could be long ahead, the forehead is always grounded. If you feel better with your hands back right now, go ahead and bring your hands back. So child's pose, be comfortable. And then start to find your way to downward facing dog, taking time to notice everything that moves as you come into dog. Finding yourself balanced between 2 hands and 2 feet. Inhale and exhale here. And start to walk your feet to your hands, bringing them a little wider as you go. When you get to the top of your mat or get to your hands, your feet will be about mat width distance. Bring your forearms to your thighs, palms together at the heart. Press through the feet, press down to lift up, fingertips up toward the sky. Inhale. And as you exhale, bring your legs closer together and find your mountain pose. How's everybody doing? Okay, great. All right, so let's get our sun salutations going. So come to the top of your mat. We'll add a knee down crescent lunge. So if you want to have your extra padding for your knees, like if you have an extra foamy or something, or you can always just fold up the side of your mat. If you're, depends on the surface you're on, you know, how much extra padding your knees might require right now. Okay, let's come to the top of the mat, find mountain pose, and just take a moment here to breathe. Maybe think about how the body is feeling now. Here we go, sun salutation. Float the arms up, inhale. Exhale, swan dive. You're going as far as you want to go right now with a straight spine. Bend the knees, hands to the thighs, shine your heart forward, half lift. Sink the hips down, bring the hands to the mat, step back with your right leg in a lunge and move around. And we bring the right knee down. I always point my toes if that works for you. That's a way to do it. Left knee over the left ankle and take your arms up. Of course, they could be here instead if that's more comfortable, better for your shoulders. We're in low crescent lunge. Bring the hands down and step back to either knee down or knee up plank. And from here, we chaturanga nice and strong. Remember, the spine is always stable here. With the hands under the shoulders, shoulders toward the ears, down the spine, and without pressing into the hands, shine the heart forward for cobra. And release. Find your way to downward facing dog. Take at least 3 nice long breaths in down dog. Feeling even, feeling grounded. Then we're taking the right leg up and step forward. Whatever a big step is for you right now, doesn't matter, because now we're going to bring the left knee down and set everything up for a low crescent lunge. Left knee is behind the left hip, right knee is over the right ankle. And arms up, shine your heart. Hands come down, back knee lifts. So engage all the muscles of your body. Really feel yourself strengthening here, so much so that you don't even need your hands right now. Your fingertips are barely touching the mat. And take a big step forward with your back foot. Half lift, forward fold. Pressing down to lift up. Inhale, float the arms out and up. And hands to your heart. Yeah. All right, come to mountain pose at the top of your mat. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Everybody good? Any questions? We're good to go. Okay, let's go. Feet are hip width. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, straight leg swan dive. So you might stop high, you might go low, you can go anywhere in between. Take your half lift, sink your hips down, hands down. This time step back with the left into the lunge. Enjoy this lunge for a moment. And then bring your left knee down, padding as required for your surface and your knee. And come into the low crescent lunge. Hands down, stepping back to knee up or knee down plank. Nice strong chaturanga here, no wobbly spine. Take it all the way down. And then once again, cobra without using the hands, so let's just get them out of the way, lift them. Shining the heart forward and release. And this time lift into cobra with take your hands up first and then lift. Hands free cobra and release. And find your way to down dog. Remembering all the variations that can be down dog, right? At a wall, chair, staying in table. Breathe and lengthen. Okay, so while we're in this down dog, let's make sure that the spine is lengthening. Go ahead and bend your knees and then start to press the heels down and back. All right, take your left leg up and step forward with the left foot. Bring the right knee down and arrange yourself for knee down crescent lunge. Left knee over the ankle, right knee behind the hip. Crescent lunge. Okay, release the hands back down to the mat. Tuck your back toes, lift that back knee. Engage all the muscles of your body. You really are supporting yourself just on your legs here. Take a big step forward with your back leg, half lift, forward fold. Float the arms out and up, palms touch. And hands come heart center. All right, find your mountain pose, take a few breaths. Okay, let's work on a little balance here. Inhale and exhale. So setting up for balance, the feet are hip-width distance apart. Okay, and the toes are pointing straight forward. Okay, so sometimes the legs might feel wider than hip width or might be wider without our noticing it. If you put your hands on your hip creases and point your fingers towards your feet, you'll be hip width distance apart. So your feet should be under your fingers. Coming back to mountain pose here. Inhale and exhale. Find a spot that isn't moving to gaze at. Take a nice deep inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. That's just a nice calming breath. We're releasing any thoughts about wobbling. Take your hands to your hips here and let's just take the right heel up and see how that feels. And then if that's starting to feel okay, take the right knee up. And release. Okay, let's do that on the left. Left heel up. We want to stay up and strong on the right leg. And if that feels okay, float the knee up. And release. So it's always fine to be near something where you can just steady yourself momentarily if you need to. It's always fine to just keep your toes lightly on the mat instead of lifting the knee. We're going to move into sun and moon. Some of you are going there already. All right, let's go ahead and raise the right knee, left arm. Point your fingers to the earth. Whoa, and release. I was just thinking about where we were in Siesta Key. We were able to watch the sun rise out our back door over the, I guess you would call it a bay there. We're on the left knee up, right arm, and release. Okay, and then we watched the sun set over the Gulf. All right, so let's try that again. Sun and moon, if you know it, right knee, left arm all at once. Otherwise, take it in stages. So we want to really stay lifted on the left side, right? Don't let, yeah, these are looking good. And release. And lift into sun and moon. Left knee, right arm. And release. All right, let's shake things out a little bit and move into a warrior two sequence. So take your legs super wide here. Turn your right toes to the right, left toes in at an angle. You're facing forward here. And the right knee bends. It's right over the ankle. Square your foot so you've got your big toe mound, your little toe mound, your inner heel and your outer heel all in good contact with the mat, and your knee will be traveling right through the center of your foot here. Okay? Okay. And then take the shoulders over the hips. Take your arms out and turn your gaze to your right fingertips. Okay, so we want the arms nice and in line with the shoulders. Sometimes they need to be lower. That's okay. Inhale and exhale. from here, we're going to straighten the right leg and bring the hands to the heart and the gaze forward. Open back up into Warrior Two. So this is what we're doing. We're coming out of it and back in. And this time when you open, stay here. See if you can feel how your body is in great contact with the earth, but you're also light and lifted from the waist up. Calmly gazing past your right fingertips. Straighten your right leg, bring your hands to your heart. The toes are facing forward and folding forward from the hip crease. Let's go ahead and put the index fingers right in those hip creases to start with. With a long spine, gently start to fold forward, trying to keep the hips over the ankles. And stop where you feel like it's best for you to stop. So you might be higher, you might be lower, okay? And you can let your hands just slide down your legs to wherever they stop, depending on where you are. Bring your hands back to your hips, come halfway up, take a breath, and come the rest of the way up. Okay, let's give the legs a break here, take them, shake them out, and then take them back to wide. Left toes to the left, right toes in at an angle. Okay, we're going to bend the left knee so it's over the left ankle. Keep the left foot in good contact, right? We've got the inner and outer ball of the foot, inner and outer heel. The right foot is also in good contact. Shoulders are over hips. Arms float out. Gazes past the left fingertips. And coming in and out, straighten the front leg, hands together, gaze forward, and open. And just do that a few times. Find a nice rhythm that suits you. And the next time you find yourself in Warrior Two, stay there, gazing past your left fingertips. All right, come forward, bring your hands to your heart, all 10 toes forward. Inhale, so the hands are at the heart here, and we're going to fold from those same hip creases as low as you want to go. And then when you're where you want to be, release your hands to your legs. So if you're folded really far forward, your hands might be touching the mat. That might be more comfortable for you. You're probably feeling your hamstrings if your hips are over your ankles. If you're not feeling anything in the hamstrings, think about bringing your hips over your ankles. All right, now bring your hands to your hips, come halfway up, take a breath here, and come the rest of the way up. And then heel toe your feet together, shake the legs out. All right, how are you guys doing? We're good? Okay, we're going to start working our way back down. Before we do that, do some free motion, check in with your body, see what the body's saying. Do I need to release this a little more, that a little more? Do I want to do a little ragdoll here? Do I want to stay upright? So just check in with your body, move around, make sure everything's happy. Look around your space, and if you have socks, a blanket, an eye pillow, anything you're going to want for when you're down on the mat, have that nearby. Take a moment to grab that. And then let's come to the top of the mat and find mountain pose once again. So thinking about mountain pose, everything's engaged here. So starting with the feet, can you feel all four corners of the feet in contact with the earth? Okay. lifting up through the knees into the thighs. The legs are strong and engaged. The shoulders are landing right over the hips. The spine is long. Arms are by your side. The palms are forward. Ears are over the shoulders. And just feel your breath move. Can you feel how the energy is moving through you right now? And working our way down. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, straight leg swan dive. Just see where it goes. Go where it goes for you. Bend the knees. Take a nice little half lift. Shine your heart forward. Sink the hips down and step back. We're coming to down dog. If you've had it with down dog, come into table. And we're going to let the hips move side to side. Come back to center, and once again, let's try and get the knees to the mat at the same time. Yeah, sit off to the side and find seated mountain pose. The legs are long, the feet are flexed, the spine is long. Take your palms out to the side, and we're going to inhale some nice energy from the earth. Turn the palms out and exhale, continuing to lengthen the spine. And one more time like that, keeping the sit bones grounded. Inhale, reach. Exhale, release. All right, let's shake things out. Shake those hands out. And do a couple of soft forward folds. So inhale, exhale, swan dive, right over those legs. Inhale, exhale, soft fold here. And just as you're breathing here, just notice, what are you feeling? And roll up. We're going to bend the knees and roll down to the earth here. Doing our finishing poses here. So let's inhale, 2 arms and 2 legs long. Exhale, draw just the right knee in. So it's Ardha Appanasana, half Appanasana. Once again, holding shin or hamstring, whichever works better for you right now. 2 legs, 2 arms stretch. As you exhale, the left leg comes in. Stretch arms and legs again. And as you exhale, both knees come in. Hold on here. And we'll take this to a happy baby. So grabbing onto the feet or the hamstrings, whichever works better for you right now. And then massage the spine, rocking side to side. Now release from your happy baby and put your hands on your knees. We're going to do a little circular massage of the spine. So the knees are still up, the hands are on the knees. And press the knees away just as far as they can go with the hands still on the knees. Take the knees to the right, in, and to the left. So making that little circle there. And the next time your knees are in towards your chest, pause and go the reverse opposite direction. So knees forward to the left, in and to the right. And we keep the hands on the knees so these circles don't get massive. right? They're only as big as the hands being on the knees allows. And the next time your knees are in, just hang out here. Keep your feet up for a moment, put your hands down by your side. And one more time, point and flex the feet. Gratitude for all those ankles and feet have done. Let's give a circle one direction and the other. And then release your feet to the mat. Let those knees gently open and close, little butterfly wings. And come back to center here. Okay, with your hands by your side, open the fingers wide and wiggle them into a gentle fist. And then rotate the wrists one direction. And the other. Hands back down by your side and let your head move side to side. And bring your head back to center. Now begin to scan your body from head to toe. See if there's any kind of movement or realignment that you personally need to take right now. Just work through that for a minute or two. And we're looking to make ourselves comfortable for final relaxation. So as you're moving and realigning, decide if your legs are going to be straight. How does that feel to the back? Maybe it's a good time to have the knees bent. Maybe you're near a wall and you want to do legs up the wall for final relaxation today. Maybe you're near a chair or a bed and you just rest your calves there. So find where you're going to be super comfortable. And then start to come back into stillness. Inhale through the nose. And slowly exhale through the mouth. Closing your eyes if that's okay, or just defocus. Let your body melt onto the earth and be in your final relaxation. Begin to bring your awareness back to your space. deepen. Gently invite movement back to your body. Wiggle fingers and toes. And as you inhale, stretch the arms and legs long. Exhale, draw your knees in. Find your way over to a side. And back up to a nice easy seat. As you turn your gaze to your own good heart and your bright spirit, thank and honor yourself for your practice, and we thank and honor each other for sharing this time. Namaste.